Try this again. Let's try this again.
You know just what I need. Got that something on you too. You just listen to me and take all of my fears away, boy. They can't duplicate you, and can't nobody replace you.
Let's try this again, guys. Tony, I see your camera now. Stay just like that. Tony, I see you now. Stay just like that. We're gonna try this all again, guys. Tune in. Share. We got Tony Price coming up. We gonna get this party. He gonna be with me. 3 a.m. We turned up regardless. We are. Nah. Share the live. We got Tony Price on the line. We're gonna do this a part 2, you feel me? We're gonna be great anyway. Welcome Royals. We got a great show for you tonight. We're gonna catch up with Tony Price and Chasing Dallas. See what he got going on. It's all good. Welcome, my Royals. We gon' get we gon' crank this party. He gon' be with me. 3 a.m. We turned up regardless. We are. Ooh, nah. Ooh, nah. Shout out to Miss Potent. That was Nana. Make sure y'all go check that out. We're going to try this again, guys. We got Tony Price today. I'm going to run it real quick. Our special sponsorships. We got Dig the Kids from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Make sure y'all go check her out. We got swagnationmagazine.com. Go check that out. It's super lit. Make sure y'all go and shout out our sponsors. They have been sponsoring us throughout this whole time, and they have been doing such an amazing job. Thank you, and shout out to you guys. And I want to get straight into it before we can't get it no more. But we're going to add in Mr. Tony so we can get familiar with his whereabouts and where he's been. I'm super excited to have this conversation, too, because he's definitely one of my favorite people on TV, and I just think that he has done an amazing job, and I'm just excited to see where else he's going with this and where he plans on taking us with his journey. Shout out to my Royals that watch each and every week. It's super exciting. I thank you guys. It's super lit. You guys are super lit, and I'm so thankful. I really am thankful. I got an interview with 101.9 Kiss FM coming up soon, so make sure y'all look out for that. We got some more things coming up, so it's just gonna be super lit. Super lit. Let's get Tony Price up here. Tony, let's go. Let's go. Yes, I cannot wait for Chasing Dallas to come back on. You have no idea. It is super lit. I know, thank you. 101.9 Kiss FM, home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. It's lit. Tony, I'm adding. It says added now. You don't see it? You don't see nothing? It says adding on my end. Guys, I don't know why Facebook is acting like this. It does not want us to be great today. We might have to transfer this to Instagram. I might have to transfer this to Instagram, guys. So I might need y'all to follow us to Instagram, my Facebook family. But this doesn't work. Thank you. Because Facebook doesn't want to be great.
Oh my God, what the heck?
Like Facebook does not want us to be great today. What's going on?
It doesn't. I'm not getting it. I don't know. I am not getting it though. I don't know. But hi.
Hey, look, you caused all that controversy on your show. Don't be causing no controversy on my show. Not letting the live happen. Look.
I don't know what the hell.
Thank you for coming on to this platform. It is such an amazing to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing good, love. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. We miss you. We miss you.
That's what's up. Thank you. I miss y'all too. What's up, JJ Jones, Regina? Hey.
So you already know. Before we get started, let everyone know for our new timers, what's your social media?
Okay. Before I get into that, I have to ask you really quickly because it keeps pausing me. Like my screen and everything keeps pausing. Every time I get a notification, maybe from the comments. Is that normal?
I don't know.
But it's good from your side though, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah, it's good on my side. Yeah, it's good on my side.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's all that matters. As long as it's good for the viewers, then I'm not tripping.
Okay.
Yeah. So follow me on Instagram at IamTPrice 2.0. Again, that's IAM.tprice 2.0. And if you're interested in makeup, beauty, and supporting Black businesses, follow me on my business Instagram page at MUA Made Flawless. And yeah, follow me here on Instagram too. Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Follow me here on Facebook. Yeah.
Look, similar. I'm super excited to have you back. I'm super excited to know what's coming up for you. So, but before we get started with that, I want to like kind of pick up where we left off from our last time. And, you know, when we last talked, you know, Chasing Dallas was wrapping up and, you know, we was getting into that. Reunion came and left, and fast forward to now, what has that process been since the show ending to now, and what has you learned, and what has that done for your career?
I'll be honest with you. Chasing Dallas has, for my career, has done absolutely nothing but kind of thrown salt on my career, or tried to throw salt on my career. That's not to speak down on the brand or talk ill of the brand or anything like that. It's just giving you a straightforward answer. So it's done absolutely nothing for my career and my business except for stunted it. However, I do know a few things, that everything happens for a reason, and that's just a part of the personal process of growth that that I have to, that is necessary. My business is going to be my business, so they will definitely meet at some point. But I'll be honest, Chasing Dallas did kind of slow me down a little bit with everything that was shown on the show and the way that it was incompleted. It did kind of stunt business a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I needed the time off, so I took it. However, for my personal image and I guess my reputation and my public image in the community, in the gay community, Chasing Dallas has put me out there as far as recognition and reputation and everything like that. I've gotten people to come in on my jobs. I had a young lady come and say, like, "Hey, were you in Mac in one of the Mac Pro stores?" She's like, "Hey, were you on that show, that Chasing Dollar show?" I was like, "Yeah," and I was honestly, it's funny and it's kind of weird because I'm always wondering, like, I wonder what they think of me, like what their perception of me is after watching the show, and what they expect me to be like in person. But I'm just, just a present person, and I'm fun, and I'm always, doing whatever I'm doing. So
Well,
that's always
like the
fun.
comment says, they say that you have an amazing presence about you, which is true. You have this aura, and I do my investigation and I do my research and stuff like that. And you are one of Jason Dallas's fan favorites. You stood out to the public, and a lot of people fell in love with who you were. And I felt like that was well deserved because the energy that you
Thank
give,
you.
even with the drama, wasn't messy or wasn't, I mean, where it was ill will on your character. So I
Thank
applaud you for
you.
that because that's something that I know you kind of, when we talked last, struggled with making sure that your image wasn't tainted within the show, whatever the case may be. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Going forward, you said that it didn't help your business career.
hmm
Why do you think specifically was that?
Why it did not help my business career is a number of things. Um, First and foremost, because I did not present anything on the show that gave validation to my business, other than like the images that y'all saw in my initial introduction. So I didn't present me working like some of the other cast members, and yeah, I didn't present my business. I didn't necessarily. I'll just leave it at that. I didn't present my business. So the only thing that y'all really got from my business, or the only thing that the viewers really got from my business, is that I turned a certain person.
Okay.
I messed up during working. Right, I messed up during my business, and that's what was talked about. The literally about what, if it was 8 episodes long, it was talked about in 5 episodes. So that was all the viewers that were hearing about me, and that's my work, that's my craft, that's my business, that's my company. So it was like potential referrals that could have came from my brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community were like, we not really, I mean, I don't know if it was, but it could have been like, we ain't gonna fuck with him because, this nigga's going around turning, people this color, or he's being spiteful, or he's, if I piss him off, or if he don't like me, I can't trust him with my clients, with my referrals. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right,
feel
right,
like
right, right.
that really stunted any potential. It kind of, it was very counterproductive to my business.
What has your experience been since the show with coming across your community, as far as the fans that have watched the show and has come across you? I don't know if you go out or whatever the case may be, just out and about. How has that been?
You know what? Since I've been back in Dallas, I have not been out to one single bar in the 5 months that I've been to Dallas. Um, so I have yet to test the water. I'm hoping that when season 2 does begin typing, I'm hoping that I am a part, and we'll talk about that hopefully. And B, when I do step out into the scene and test the waters, I'm hoping that, I don't know, that I'm received well. It's good hearing your point of view that I was not like messy during the show, even with my confrontations and things like that. So I'm pretty, I'm pretty trusting and trust. I'm optimistic. I think that enough people know of me in the community.
Right.
Um, Regardless of if I seem like I'm a shady person or a catty person or a petty person or a mean person, a rude person, a giddy person, a cheerful person, all those are me. But it's not who I present myself to be initially. So I just think that with that, um, when that initial, you know, connection happens with me and the social scene here in Dallas, hopefully it's just a good one. Period.
Right. I believe it would be. So going forward, you say, you haven't been in a social setting yet. So how has it been with the cast members? Are you have you spoken to any of the cast members since the show? Are you cool? Are you not still cool with certain people? How has that been? What's going on with that?
I am absolutely 100% cool with, um, I want to say the cast members. I don't know some of them. Um, and we've never sat in the same room together. But I will tell you, I am absolutely 100% positively cool with Aubrey, Charles, and um, King Kang and I have spoken numerous times. We've actually held conversations via text message. And, I supported him at one of his shows, one of his events.
That's dope.
He looks so good. He like he looks edible. Um, However, that's kind of just where that's been. I love him. Gonna always love him. Um, I go back and forth with feelings with King Kang. I'll be honest.
And that's what I
Um,
was gonna say. So have you guys moved forward from that situation, or is it kind of like a, hot and cold type of thing where it's like, if I feel in my feelings, I'm gonna react on it. If I don't, then we good.
I'm not gonna react on it. I don't know if King Kang will react on it, but it's still for me. It's very hot and cold. Not very hot and cold, but it is still hot and cold. I say this. It's hot and cold because I still have moments where I'll think about it and negative feelings are triggered. I'll think, you know what, he does owe me an apology, and that's not even to feel entitled or anything like that. But I do feel I am owed an apology, and he has apologized, but and he's offered a public. Well, he's not offered, but he did ask me if I wanted him to apologize publicly, and I go back and forth with that. Like, you know what? I told him that he doesn't. I don't need a public apology because I believe that in the moment, had I said yes, I want a public apology, it would have been ego driven. That response from me would have been ego driven. But I believe that the truth of the matter is, I do in some parts still feel like I want a public apology, or I need a public apology from King Kane. Um, but I still love him. At the end of the day, still love him. Yeah, that's not gonna change. But it's kind of hot and cold with me, and I don't know if that's with me or like if that's something I'm dealing with eternally, or if that's just what that is.
Right. Well, I hope for the best for you guys because I can see the hurt. Because if y'all didn't give a fuck about each other, like if y'all didn't care about each other, I feel like it would just be, it is what it is. You keep it moving, I keep it moving. Let's go about it. So the fact that it is hot and cold lets you know that there's that relationship there to where y'all at least care for each other to that point where it's y'all have to go back and forth. Because honestly, I don't care about nobody to go back and forth with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
moving forward after that,
definitely.
you haven't mentioned Reese's name. How things with Reese and what's going on with
Hi,
that?
Reese. Things with Reese and I. Reese and I have met face to face since our fiascos over the summer of 2018, and everything was very, very um, kind, cordial, very respectful, and in my opinion, pretty professional and clean. And that's really all I asked for from one businessman to another um, is to keep things clean. So my feelings towards Reese is the same with my feelings towards King Kane, minus the public apology. Um, I always have a respect. I always have love for Reese G. Do I want to do business with Reese G and work with Reese G again? Absolutely. And I want to keep things clean and professional. Um, and yeah, he's Rissy G. I'm Tony Price. So yeah, let's do that.
Hello. So moving forward into that, because you say, I was going to ask you, would you want to work with him? Have you been offered? If you can talk about it, I don't want to get nobody in trouble or nothing, but if you can talk about it, have you been offered for season two? Um,
Um,
'Cause I know casting, they was doing castings and all of that, casting calls and all of that. So,
yeah. Have I been offered season two? I'll say this that we have met, and we've discussed season two. Thank you, Trayvon. We've met and discussed season two. We are still negotiating terms and going over, yeah, terms for season two.
term. So, and as far as terms, meaning like, certain likes you would want to be under, or as far as money terms.
I think all of the above. All of the above. The money is something that's great. Um, However, I wasn't the one to present money to the situation. That's something that production actual producers do want from each. Well, to my understanding, from each cast member. But I'm gonna ixnay on that and say from myself, they do want um, money to be something that is a compensation. It has been presented.
Right. So
It's
going off of last season, and if we were to see you on season two, are we going to see more of the dynamic of, and excuse me, and you don't have to answer this, of course, if you're not, once you're
yeah.
offended, but as far as the addiction of the opioids, are talk about that more going into season two?
Let me ask you, would y'all like to talk? Would you like for me to talk about it more going into season
I
two?
think so, because I feel like it's a huge thing in our community, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge thing in our Black community, let alone our Black gay community. And I feel like, when we go into these shows where we're highlighting our community in the best way, the ratchet way, I think all aspects should be viewed, because we all going through something. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I think last season when they showed that, and when you talked about that, I feel like you opened a lot of people's hearts and minds to our community, period, to let them know that we're just as human as everyone else. We're just as
Absolutely.
normal as everyone else, and we have problems just like everyone else. So, and I thought that was a beautiful thing. So, I
Absolutely.
personally would like to see more of that, at least your experience with
Absolutely.
after and what it was going through it.
Absolutely. So with that, going into season two, and being continuing to share um, the recovery and the dealing and the healing and the process of struggling and overcoming my substance abuse or substance addiction um, is something that I am passionate about, and I opened it up about it um, with purpose. It wasn't just to have some type of, clout or story per se. I did this for a particular reason. That particular reason was for the community, um, and was to bring this secret out. It was to heal, to help heal. Um, so that is something that I'm going to continue to be passionate about and continue to be vulnerable with. Um, so yeah, going into see, I'm glad that you asked me that. Going into season two, I think that may actually be, and I would like to do a poll. Just side note, I would like to do get some type of feedback from the viewers of Chasing Reality back on what they would like to see of Tony Price. But I am definitely 100% passionate about continuing to share my story and the truth behind um, these substance addictions that plague my community.
Right. I think it's honestly a beautiful thing. I think being vulnerable, being open is something that we as a community need, and we view it as being weak. And I think there's so much strength with vulnerability that
Absolutely.
it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to release
Absolutely.
and be open to healing, like you just stated, and be opening to helping others because I feel like we all go through things as a testimony to help others for when they go through whatever they're going through. So,
Yeah.
on behalf of other people watching and people going through what you're going through, thank you for that because I'm sure you've opened a lot of people's eyes, at least with this education. You know what I'm saying? So,
Thank you.
that's dope. That's definitely
Absolutely.
dope.
Absolutely.
So
That's what it's
going
about.
forward, other than reality TV, what's new for Tony Price? What can we be expecting in 2019?
So, 2019, expect nonprofit to be a forefront of what I show of myself. Nonprofit. I just lost a grandmother about 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. So,
Which we're
um,
so
I'm
sorry to hear.
thank you. She was so close to me, and she left me with some things that I believe can serve other people. So I'm interested in doing some nonprofit work with the tools that she's left me. Also acting. Um, I've
Wow.
I've been presented some opportunities with some pretty dynamic people. Um,
Oh my gosh.
a young man, yeah. A young man who is a producer, who just produced a nonprofit film um, for Static Shock. His name is David Kirkman. Y'all, please go and follow him here on Facebook and on Instagram. That's
Wait
David
for
Kirkman. He
Static
just
Shock,
did.
the superhero, the black superhero?
Yes, yes. And this guy did an independent film on like a $3,000 budget and is international right now with it. And is getting recognition. Come to my like it came to my attention that like he's got like some Netflix deals on the table, things like that. So like I'm super excited to him and for him and to just have been connected to him. Like I'm like, okay, like Tony, how do you get an opportunity to be to be in the same room category, phone conversation, or even just touch elbows with somebody like a young David Kirkman. But he's super, he's extremely ambitious. And I think that's the type of people that I am to be next to, are ambitious and light individuals. So hopefully acting in 2019. I'm excited about that. I pray for every opportunity to come to me and I can just lightfully and cheerfully and gratefully and humbly and boldly go into it and just, execute and operate in my fullest potential, have fun with it, stay real, and continue
That's
to make money and
amazing.
thrive.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
That's super, super, super dope. All you got it. Like, we look all 2019, we claiming it. 2019 is about manifestation. We manifest our
Yes.
own destinies. We
Yes.
make happen what we want happen in our lives, and I claims it for you, and I know it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. That is such a dope thing. And you know what? God puts us at the right places at the right time to meet the right people for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And as long as everyone, as long as you know that, your life will be set.
Amen.
Trust
All
the
right.
process. Trust the
Amen.
process, the lows and the highs, because the lows are only meant to so you could be strong enough to handle that high. So oh man, that gave me goosebumps you talking about that. I'm so excited for you. I really, really am.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. It's David Kirkman. If you are watching or if you watch this, thank you.
Look. Shout out to you. You gonna make it. Static Shock, mind you, for you guys that don't know, Static Shock is a black superhero.
Oh my God.
But when from our
Y'all.
childhood days, he had dreads, and I loved him because I got my
Yes.
so um, and I believe when I was maybe 15, 16 years old, I was actually Static Shock for Halloween.
Come through. Yes. Okay.
So,
Okay.
so that's super dope. So, what else is going on? What's going on with your love life? What's going on personally with Tony
Ooh.
Price
Personally, I'm moving into a new location, which I'm excited about. Should be in the next 14
in
days.
Dallas?
7 to 14, yes, in Dallas. So I'm super excited about that. Everything is uphill. It's been a very personal journey as it's been spoken on the Chasing Dallas reality. I did have to live with a couple, well, with a friend, for a certain period of time. So I'm excited to be moving up and moving out into new locations and things like that. So, personal life, love life. I have no love life, friends. I'm still just a single. I'm meeting guys. I do have my eyes on someone who hopefully is special, but I don't know. I'm like, do I give all of me or, just like let them see certain parts of me? But I don't know about that. I just had a thought the other day. I'm like, I'm going to date a guy. I'm going to start dating like 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to date you when you're tired. I'm going to date you when you're hungry. I'm going to date you when you're excited. I'm going to, I'm going to make sure I date you. Like we're going to go out on a date. Like, um, I don't know, when you're upset. We're going to go out on a date when, like when you're feeling all of these like different things. Like, I don't know. I just want to see every side of a person so that, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to, I don't know how to date. Yeah, I don't know how to date. Like I'm so socially awkward. Um,
You know
that's just what
what?
it is.
People, and this is a little plug I'm about to put in, but shout out, I got a show coming out called Couple Goals where me and my fiance are going to be giving
Ooh.
advice and giving, just our relationship and giving advice to other people and different things like that. Because so many people come up to us
Oh,
and be like, "How do you guys do it?" But one
congratulations too.
oh, thank you. I thank you for that. But one advice I can give you is, which most people I feel like mess up when they go into dating, is that they have so much expectation and they feel like because they watch TV and because they, see other people that dating is a specific or a particular thing, and it's
Okay.
not. Dating
Okay.
is different for everyone. I always say this: just enjoy the person. That's it. Nothing more, nothing
Yeah.
less. If you enjoy the person and you just enjoy the day without the expectations, without the things, you'll realize that things will either go the direction that you want it or they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
just
Okay.
enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy the person. If he makes you laugh, just enjoy that. Don't be like, oh my God, he makes me laugh. Oh my God, he's the one for me because he makes me laugh and I think he's doing this and he's doing that and this. Oh my God, he opened the door for me. So he might be the like just let it be. If he opens the door for you or if he makes you laugh, just enjoy that. Take that in and let
Yeah.
it grow authentically.
Yeah.
I think that the
Yeah.
best advice I can give to somebody is just enjoy because that's what
Okay.
people don't do anymore.
Okay. Yeah. So once we're enjoying, like, I tend to get nervous or afraid when it comes to the growing part of it because I don't want to. When it comes to growth, I think that I'm pretty passionate about it. And when it comes to growing with another man and another human being, I think I know for a fact that I'm pretty passionate about it. And it can be scary because I believe I can come across really serious about it. So I don't know, like, it's scary for me because I'm like, I don't want to scare this man off in thinking that I'm coming on too strong or like I got a strong hold or something like that, or freak him out or something like that. So when it comes to the growing part, like enjoying part, I'm okay. I think I'm okay with that part. But when it comes to the growing part of dating, I
Right.
think that's where I need or I'm unsure. I don't know. Not
Well,
that I'm unsure, but
I think okay. So I think, okay, so compromise, let me say this. Compromise, I want people to realize that compromise, and then you'll understand why I'm saying this. So compromise, most people say, okay, I'm compromised for this relationship, compromise this, I compromise. Compromise is not change. Compromise is accepting you for you. Me being able to be like, you know what? That may bother me a little bit, but because I love you, I can deal with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what compromise is, things of that nature. Now, what you just said was, I don't know if I want to give him my all or and then he feels like it's too much, or give him too less and then he feels like it's too less. I need you just to give him you.
Yeah.
And if he cannot accept who you are, then he's not the one for you, period. Don't compromise, don't change yourself for anybody, because the person that's meant to be with you is going to accept you for being you. So if you're that type of person that gives all of your love, there's people out there that accepts all of your love. You know what I'm saying?
So dope.
Don't allow anybody to change or alter you so that you can find something in them. No, that's not the purpose of it. You love yourself wholeheartedly, and then the person next to you is going to love you wholeheartedly, period. So don't ever change. Just do you and be your authentic self. And if he accepts that, then he's the one to date. He's the one to move forward with. He's the one to grow with. But if he doesn't, then kick him to the curb, because there's 1,000 more people behind him waiting to date Mr. Tony Price. I can guarantee you that. You're a handsome guy. You got something going for yourself. You got a lot of potential in the human being that you are. So embrace that and know your worth, and know that if you can't deal with what I have to give, then you don't worth to be with me, period.
Yes. Thank you. We need. I want to be on this show. I don't know. I feel like I may need your counseling. Okay, in this dating. In this
Yes, definitely. Yes, we're gonna do it.
Definitely.
I'm excited for it. Definitely. But I honestly, I think you're an amazing person. You show, you radiate just genuinity. Like you're sweet, you're charismatic. Like all these things are so much positive. And if anybody can accept that, then they don't belong with you. And you need to find people with those same characteristics so that you can just be just as happy as you're making that other person.
Thank you, love.
Definitely.
Thank you.
You're dope. You really are.
You.
So going back, I want to talk about.
I am here. I am totally here.
I want to talk about the reunion a little bit. Okay.
Give me that again.
Okay. So we're gonna end this soon, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a part 2 to keep everybody's suspense going. We're gonna do a part 2 of this interview to keep everybody's suspense going. So, are you here? We're gonna leave off with the question of what reunion. I mean, his take on the reunion. So, part 2 with Tony Price will be tomorrow, and we're gonna talk more on Chasing Dallas. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Tune in tomorrow with Tony Price for part 2 of this episode.